Hello and welcome to the Horror House Podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Tim.
We're four guys that like to talk about horror. I had a line and fucking forgot it already. I had a whole spiel for the beginning and fucked it up. I was gonna say, what do you think this is? A podcast? And I forgot. But we're four
Try it
guys.
anyway.
It's too
Throw
late.
it out there anyway.
The joke's
I've been
gone.
doing this for like 5 years.
Moment's gone. Moment's past. But
There's the crickets.
you cricketed me? You know I'm sensitive, Dave.
That was Discord. No, I had nothing to do with it.
But we're four guys. We talk about horror, movies, real life, sometimes murders. Real murders. Right, Tim?
The implication there was heavy. But yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
And sometimes child
Watch out.
murders. Right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Tell them about your pick this week, Jeff.
It's The Good Son.
1993.
I mean, somebody could say that we are four good sons.
I enjoyed rewatching this more than I thought I would.
I don't know if I've watched it since about 1993 or 4-ish.
It really fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah, I fell asleep sometime during it when I rewatched it this week because I totally missed the part with the ring. But I think next rewatch.
The Ring?
Run that cricket one more time, Dave.
I got it. I found the soundboard. Yeah, that's good. That's good shit.
So stick around. We will be talking about The Good Son. And you can talk with us. Talk with us, man. Or ladies.
I did specifically ask Baskin Guy to join the chat tonight.
Oh, Jeff, you're kind of in charge of. You've kind of became the man in charge of the chat. If you see anybody with a name referring to Baskin, hard ban. Hard ban immediately. Get him out of here.
Everyone deserves due process, Jeff.
Run this chat like Trump's America. That may be a little too harsh. Slow it down. Refer to Tim's hat if you're new here and you think that. Okay.
Especially after the whistleblower reports came out. But we'll get into that in a different podcast.
Well, let's
As
get
long as
to
we have time before the Blackhawks come for us.
what cops?
The Blackhawks.
Black Hawk helicopters?
The Chicago Blackhawks. They're enforcers for the authoritarian government.
Listen, I don't know nothing about that. But I appear to have lost my news intro. So let's keep talking for a couple minutes while I find that.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and start with this because it's not really news. It's just a little show and tell I got for you guys. I'll be right back. I'm not pooping.
That's fair. That's fair. They've said if he left.
But
early.
damn!
Oh, nice.
What does that say?
Whorehouse.
Whorehouse.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh nice. Where did you get that?
Now
Fucking
that I know the soundboard is here, I'm going to be using it a lot.
I made
Hey,
it myself.
Poppy.
I got 10 blank hats in just before the tariffs hit. And I bought a gang sheet a while back. I got some big logos for t-shirts and everything to make our own shit. But they all have 3 zombies. So, you know, they're kind of, yeah.
Damn.
It's okay. Oh, to the newsroom.
I didn't intend for that quite the way that went, but whatever.
We're here now.
You didn't want to lose it again. You found it. You didn't
Yeah,
want to lose it
yeah.
again.
There you go.
I was experimenting with some news things earlier. Long story short, here we are. Without a news intro. But let's talk about some news. Who want to go first?
I'll start.
Yeah.
A movie we've previously covered on the Horror House podcast, Silent Night, Deadly Night, is getting a reboot. A reboot. Easy for me to say.
Era.
And the main character will be played by Rohan Campbell. If you don't recognize him by his name Rohan, you might recognize him by his alter ego, Corey.
Fill me in.
Corey from
Halloween
Halloween Ends.
Halloween what? Sorry?
Ends.
Oh, Halloween Ends.
The
It's,
worst movie
disturbing.
ever made of all time. Hard line in the sand. Maybe not of all time, but of all
Have
time.
you seen any of Jack Frost 2?
I enjoyed it.
Way better. Yeah, way better. Arguably, I would say Skinamarink is the worst movie ever put to celluloid myself.
The Zoomers would
nothing
disagree. The Zoomers are moved by it. I don't know. I don't know myself.
I do not understand.
Um,
Jamie Lee Curtis is producing and starring in a new horror movie called Sender that has a new trailer out. I did watch the trailer. I will watch one. And I'm kind of in. It's very modern. It's a woman, not Jamie Lee Curtis, who receives a mysterious Amazon package she didn't order. And when she opens it up, it's a baklava. It's a ski mask with the eyes holes and the mouth holes cut out of it. Very terrorist organization-y. And so she's like, clearly this is a mistake. But then she gets another Amazon package delivered with a bulletproof vest. And she goes to her Amazon account and somebody is reviewing and leaving comments on products under her profile that's not her, but it's not her. And comments like, it's almost go time, it's about to get lit. Like, so she's very disturbed by this. She calls customer service at one point, and I think that's Jamie Lee Curtis is the voice on the other end of the line. I only watched the trailer once. I didn't want to get too in it, but
okay.
The things she says to Amazon customer service suddenly are being attributed to her chat. So it's like bing, and immediately going like she's commenting those things in Amazon.
Is it actually Amazon, or is it some like stand-in Amazon, copyright safe Amazon?
It pretty much looks like might be Amazon. I only watched it the one time. But I'm kind of in it. It's very modern, and I think very much speaks to the modern horror of, if your social media gets hijacked, like how you could be, your reputation is at stake if
Your health
someone's
liable.
Yeah. So, and then the package she's getting, like the ski mask, the bulletproof vest. It's like, are they setting her up to take the fall for, I don't know, a fake presidential assassination or something? I don't know.
I once got something from the mail from Amazon as well that I didn't order once. It was a lockbox like you would get if you ran a car garage of some kind, where they put the keys in the thing and then close it and lock it. I put markers in it.
Oh, nice.
It's
You
heavy as shit.
You turned it into something positive. Very good.
Yeah. And then I've never opened it again because it's heavy as a fucking cow. It kind of ruined my art career. Thanks, Amazon. Anyways.
The last thing I have news-wise, it's been, how many years has it been since we've heard from Ari Aster? Probably 4. You're probably right, 4 or 5. He has a new movie coming out this year, Eddington.
Yes. Trailer out.
I watched the trailer for that.
It looks really good. It's a pandemic era New Mexico town where the mayor and the sheriff are kind of at odds over an issue. I did not watch the trailer. In this case, I don't feel like I have to. I read a little synopsis and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm in. It's Ari Aster. I don't expect it to be. And if you guys watch the trailer, you can correct me if I get the wrong vibe. I don't expect it to be super horror as much as just like kind of tense. So
Yeah, it seems more psychological, but yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is in it, and I'm down for anything Joaquin Phoenix is in. So
I mean, except for that snuff film he did, everything else.
Where he was a rapper, killed people. I didn't know he killed people. I knew he was a rapper. Jeff got my joke. No crickets for you, Dave.
I'm too slow on the draw.
I have got news for you three. One specifically for Dave. Maybe you guys will fall into it. I don't know. But the other two is for Tim and Jeff. We'll start with you, Mr. Dave. Specific Rimming is getting a prequel series in development. Prime Video. Another pimp for Prime.
Okay, I like the Pacific Rim movies. I like the mechs and the kaiju stuff. So.
yeah, anything with kaiju battles is dope.
I am in. I'll give that news 2 thumbs up.
Will we get John Boyega? What was it, Joe?
He was missing a thumb.
Oh.
You put 2 thumbs up, but 1 disappeared. There it goes.
What?
Oh, yeah, you lost it.
One of the thumbs is in spirit.
I was trying to figure that magic trick out, I think last week, and I couldn't remember how you do it. Go back and watch last week's episode, and you'll be like, "What a dumbass!" I was like a caveman trying to fucking dream of fire, and it just was not happening. Anyways, next up, and you, Tim and Jeff, will like this news because it has to do with both of you in very different ways.
Okay.
Ryan Gosling is on board as producer for the Killer Clowns remake from Amazon MGM.
What?
He's the producer?
He is a producer.
He's not an actor in it, though?
He is not an actor. You're on this show now, Tim. We can't let you be going to movies right now.
Okay.
That's it. That was in your contract. That,
Yeah. I did like you in the Fall Guy though. Good job, Tim.
Also, the other guy, not the other guys. What was that great movie he was in with Russell Crowe?
I never watched it. You think you told me to, and I never did.
What was it? Oh, it was a
Gladiator.
great movie he was in. It was a detective movie.
Gladiator.
What is it?
Gladiator.
No, not Gladiator. I'll look it up. It's great. It's a great fucking movie.
Ryan Gosling was his sword.
The Narc.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it was the other guys, wasn't it?
I thought that was the one with Will Ferrell and.
That is with Will Ferrell and Marky Mark.
Oh, that's Ray Liotta.
The other
Ryan
guys?
Gosling and what's his name? I just fucking forgot it.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. The Nice Guys. There you go. The Nice Guys, 2016. Really good movie.
Same but different.
The best depiction of somebody smashing a window with their fist you've ever seen. Smashes the window with his fist. He's like, oh shit. And he starts bleeding out everywhere and almost dies. It's phenomenal.
Another earlier iteration of that was a movie that me and Dave were discussing a little bit earlier. Last Action Hero. When he gets into the real world and punches it, and he's like, fucking sucks.
Yeah. That's phenomenal. Lots of Turbo Man merch at Whorehound, by the way, which was
there is some
goofy.
some things like that you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why this?
Why
here?
is Turbo Man here?
Now?
It's just a cult. It's just a cult following, and like I said, Schwarzenegger's great.
Yeah.
That's my news though. Tim, you said you had a news.
Oh yeah. So there's a new game. So for those of you who have played like Ready or Not, which is like a body cam footage, like real sim sort of shooter, there is a body cam horror game coming out called I don't know if it's Chasmal, like Chasm, or Chasmal Fear. I think it's Chasmal Fear. But it's like a body cam horror game. It looks like a mix between like BioShock and Doom. But it's like body cam-esque, and it looks really creepy. And in the trailer for it, I'll put it in chat here. The trailer for it, I don't know who their voice actor is that's doing the narration, but he is goddamn creepy. And I dig it. So, copy it. I did. So I'll put it in chat here for anyone that is interested. Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks creepy. The characters look like a cross between Doom and The Last of Us, kind of. They're demon-esque. They have a few of those like weird like head shapes, like The Last of Us is pretty famous for, with the weird like mushroom head shapes. It's got some of that going on, but it's a lot of naked demon vibes.
Ooh, had me at demon.
I love me some naked demons.
There you go. But yeah, it looks pretty okay.
You brought up Last of Us. Who watched episode 1 of season 2?
Not yet.
I have not.
Do this. We'll do your Dave review real quick. No words. No words. It's too early. No words. No words. Too early. No words. Too early. I'm ending this show. Is it time to leave the newsroom?
It's time to leave the newsroom. I never even put my news hat on.
I know. I kind of sprung it on you, even though you had plenty of time to get ready, because I had to find the news intro. What are you doing? Yeah, you got to give the people what they want.
I don't think they want the hat.
I'm people, and I wanted the hat.
If the first thing people see is me in the hat.
What kind of neckbeard podcast are we getting ready to listen to right now?
He's like, oh, this guy's going to speak for 45 minutes on the virtues of white wall tires.
You said the virtues of white, and I got real scared real fast.
It's a toss-up. I could have gone that way too.
That's Dave's other podcast. It's about painting, I think.
White wall tires.
Oh, the power of white.
Oh shit! No, it's not.
It's not supremacy. We're just better.
I said painting. You're taking it so non-innocently.
We're just not going to say anything's the power of white. We're just not going to do that.
Got it.
That's a hard, fast rule right there, baby.
I don't need to be canceled when I haven't even started yet.
That is fair. That is fair. It is that time again to talk about our movie of the week. Jeff, this was your pick. Regale us, if you will. I'm like riffing. Regale us, if you will. VHS box art description, if you would be so kind.
All right. After Mark's mom passes away, his father takes him to stay with his estranged relatives for a winter break. Little does anyone know that his cousin Henry is a psychopath.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Dave's got something planned for a little bit later that we'll circle around to. We're circling around, right? I don't want to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I think we should just. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're on the right path.
So tell me, Jeff. Tell us, Jeff. Tell us all. What made you choose The Good Son? What about this movie? You're like, that's it. That's what we're gonna talk about. Putting it on the list.
It just came to my mind one day. It's just something I'd seen, like Tim, saw it years ago, and it was just those iconic moments with Macaulay Culkin, holding him over the cliff and stuff like that. So just that good kind of horror movie that kids watch.
Now, do you remember this being, since we're close in age, this was a big movie to me at that time, because it was like, Macaulay Culkin, the Home Alone kid, is in a scary movie, and so it's like, oh, I gotta see that. I remember being a kid and being like, I gotta see that. That's so cool.
Right.
And watching this, I remember the moment when she falls through the ice was a big thing that I remember from the trailer, and that came crashing back when I saw that scene in this movie. I'm like, trailer. But
Yeah.
being a kid in the 90s, this was one of those
If
movies
I'm
where it's
not
like,
mistaken, it got an R rating, right?
yeah.
And mostly because they only had the one use of the F word, but the ratings people were afraid that if it was a PG-13, which is what they were angling to get, people would bring their kids because they're fucking idiots. And instead, 25 years later, they took their kids to Deadpool and they're like, I can't believe he said the F word 7 times.
He dug up a corpse and it gave him a hand job.
That's what happens.
Uh,
No, I remember watching this as a kid, like, and I definitely watched it at home. I didn't see it in theaters, but I remember vividly just being like, Macaulay Culkin is a creepy motherfucker. Like, and it was like, I loved Richie Rich. I loved Home Alone, especially Home Alone 2. But he is really creepy in this. Like, props to him, because I mean, even as an adult now, I'm like, yeah, I may not save that kid. I may not.
I got
Pretty
thoughts about
creepy.
the ending when we get to that. I got some thoughts. So stick around for that. I'm going to do that a lot from now on, you guys. It's my new thing. Stick around for that later, like a news broadcast.
Remember
One
the
of-
time that we said that when we were going to talk about the story with Dawn of the Dead, and then we just never brought it up?
We've done that a couple times, I think. Wait till we talk about this, but later, and then next week
That's
we're like,
called
oh yeah,
leave 'em wanting more. Leave 'em wanting more.
till next week.
Macaulay Culkin it really is. I mean, this shows his range.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Home Alone and it's so fucking cheesy and stuff like that. You think he's just a kid actor, but he really was a talented young man, and finally, I think starting to come back into normal society after years away, and kind of talk about that a little bit later. About his father, Kit Culkin.
Gotcha. The
Sounds
one
like
thing
a
I
candy
really,
bar.
the thing that I wanted to bring up with this movie in particular, the one thing that kind of stood out to me is like it's like an hour and 20 runtime.
Yep.
It is really well paced. Like, it does for an hour and 20 runtime.
Yeah.
It did not feel rushed. It felt like the pacing was really good, which is pretty impressive considering everything they have to reveal over the course of this movie.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool. So that was the big to do for me was like, this does not feel rushed, and I'm kind of amazed by that.
They get you early on with Macaulay Culkin with the face masks he makes.
Yeah.
And just that creepy vibe every time he does something. You're just like, what is he up to?
Right. When he like has him, like, he's holding him over the tree house, and he's like, if I let you go, do you think you can fly? I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, that is cold, brother.
Yeah.
That is, whew, that's sending chills up your spine.
I gotta say that if I was a kid, especially if I was an adult, but if I was a kid and somebody handed me one of those masks that he handed to Mark, I already know he's evil. Something ain't right with those masks.
Yeah.
If one of you gave me that mask, let me tell you, next Thursday there's only going to be 3 squares. Because I'm going to be killed. Yeah. But yeah, those masks were not it. I did not. I was like, that. You should know, him. You should know, Mark. You should know.
It was the 90s, man. Paper mache was all the rage in the 90s.
I gotta say,
yeah.
I gotta roll it back for a second and say, Mark is a fucking ball hog. You watch that beginning? He is all about pass to me.
Yeah.
Like, what's a 90s kid's name? Trevor, kick me the ball. Give me the ball. Not Kevin. Give me the ball. You fucking butthead, give me the ball. And then of course he scores because he had the ball the whole fucking time. But long story boring. I think he maybe deserved to be sent to Henry.
The funny thing about that scene to me was like the part where he sees his father walking up towards the pitch, and he can tell something's wrong. He's like sitting there like staring at at his dad, and all the kids are running back and forth while he's just standing there in the middle of the field. They're like 3 feet fucking taller than he is, because all you get is like fucking shoulders the entire time. I'm like, what league is this kid playing in right now? Because they are not his size.
The hobbits are notoriously short.
That's true. And they have big feet. They'd be great at soccer.
I just saw that. I don't think it was Key and Peele, but it is very similar in nature, kind of, to Key and Peele. But it was like the baseball lineup, like a little 10-year-old comes onto the screen. He's like, my name's Mark so-and-so, and I play first base, and I love Ninja Turtles. And then he runs off screen, and then a guy that's like 30 comes onto the screen. He's like, my name's Kevin Jones. I'm 12 years old. I like pizza.
I like turtles.
But
It is it's a while before Macaulay Culkin appears in the movie.
Yeah.
And yet he's the face on the poster, which, I mean, clearly that's marketing. They've done something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
93. He is still all of us kids in those couple years could have died. As long as he was still alive, nobody cared. The aliens could have taken us. Sorry, I'll edit that out. The aliens could have taken us, and nobody would have cared as long as they had him still.
Yeah.
So a little piece of trivia that I found, and this may allude to what Dave's going to bring up later, is that Elijah Wood was already good friends with Macaulay Culkin, and the dad basically said, like, hey, if you don't put Elijah Wood in this movie, we're not going to do Home Alone 2. So, and apparently they've been friends ever since. Like, him and Elijah Wood are like good buddies. So yeah, but apparently they had such faith in Elijah Wood's acting ability that they really wanted him to be Macaulay's co-star in that movie, which I thought was pretty cool, because I know how much Chris detests Elijah Wood, or doesn't trust him. I think is the
I don't trust him. I wouldn't share a bed.
Yeah, but
he was already a little bit of a powerhouse, although not quite.
Not Macaulay levels at that time, but like I'd say as far as boy kids. Is boy kids a way to say anything? I don't know.
Yeah.
Male child actor.
As far as boys go, he was up. He was maybe number 2 boy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Forever Young. I loved watching Forever Young when I was a kid with Mel Gibson. Anybody remember that? Elijah Wood.
Starred in
Mel Gibson?
I don't know if you could say it. Starred. He was in the Paula Abdul music video, Forever Your Girl. He played a part in Back to the Future 2.
Yep.
Another Paula Abdul video, Straight Up. Maybe we need to investigate her.
I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you my Chris edit for that video.
I've seen this before. I feel like
you have seen it. It's like
Yeah.
maybe 10 years ago. I put part of it, and it's like Paula Abdul's coming on to me. She's like, straight up, and I'm like, chill, Paula.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this video before.
Yes. I'm so drunk. I have glasses on. I've got my ratty long hair, and I'm just like, calm down. I still have it somewhere. I'll have to bust it out one day. I'll say it. I think Macaulay Culkin is great in this. He's great. I don't think Elijah Wood is as good as he is in this. That's me. I may be completely alone. I mean, he does. He just. I don't know what more I would want from him, but I just feel like he just didn't bring what I personally wanted from that desperation. I got another complaint that may be part of the equation in this, so we'll come around to that later. But that's just me. That's just me.
Elijah plays a lot of his lines like he's 5 years away from retirement. Like he's 55 years old
Yeah,
in his 8-year-old body.
Definitely old soul.
Yes, yeah.
See what I felt like with that was like he came off because you're next to Macaulay Culkin, right? And Macaulay's playing like this slow descent into just like the machine that he is, right? Like this unfeeling sort of robot that he is. He's not a robot in this movie, spoiler alert.
He might be.
Huh? The blood on the rocks says different. But the
Oh.
the
Boy,
the
I've been in the show. I've been in the show. I'm never gonna say boy old ever again in my whole life after that. Can't.
So you got Macaulay doing like this very fake sort of like, "Mommy, I love you," like every once in a while, but like you see this cold like sort of descent into madness, and then you have Elijah who has all these like peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. So like I can see like where you would kind of not like his acting next to Macaulay's because of the character difference. Like you have a sociopath next to a regular ass 10-year-old kid. So, but I thought it was fine when you
he's fine.
when you take that into account.
Yeah, the Henry character has more meat to him, more interesting story. Like Mark is just mostly just along for the ride,
right?
And you know, I don't expect an 8-year-old to react with maturity. Like, but if I go to my therapy session and somebody else has hijacked it, I'll be a pissed off motherfucker. That was the worst therapist. She needs to be sued for malpractice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's not how therapy works. I don't just get to like you're struggling. I'm your therapist, but I'm gonna have another 8-year-old, not even an adult, come to me to tell me he's concerned. Like an 8-year-old is coming, 10-year-old, whatever.
And the fact that she couldn't see through Macaulay's like, I came because I was worried about you. And the therapist is like, yep, no, this kid is definitely telling the truth for sure. Like, this other kid is the fuck up. Like, this kid that shows genuine emotion, this child that's sitting here calmly and being like, I was so worried about him. That is why I'm here. Like, that he's for sure the sane one in this situation. That bitch doesn't know kids at all.
There's a few times when Macaulay's smugness comes out. Like he's got that sly, smug smile that just says, "I'm smarter than you, and I know it."
That like hug and then looking over their shoulder, being like, "Bitch," like, you know, like it's so. Yeah.
When he was a baby, suckling on his mommy's teat, he probably looked over his dad and was like,
"Fine now."
I do want to point out that they do get into some serial killer tropes and later, like way later in the movie, where he's like keeping trophies and shit. Which I thought was very cool, and I was like, oh man, this is like a precursor to Dexter right now. This is really cool. So yeah, they barely touch on it, but I did think it was a nice little nod to serial killers. Was that he was keeping trophies.
A tip of the hat, if you will.
Yeah.
I just developed a new thing, my lady. From the back.
You just have to get a rat. You have to get a rat tail now.
I'm working on it.
Party in the front, business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah. Party, my lady. Anyways. Tim, I wanted to ask you specifically about one part.
Yeah.
As the resident gunman here in the horror house, the horror house has ever attacked your man.
Okay.
You're the gunman.
I am the gunman.
What did you think of Henry's cobbled together child sniper rifle? His boy sniper rifle.
His crossbow. That was a very well cobbled together crossbow, if I'm being honest.
You think that kill? You think that'd kill a real cat? Like from 50 paces,
sure.
You think that'd get a real one?
He was using like spring steel arms for the bows, right?
And I think a Chrysler emblem scope.
Yeah, like that was a great idea, and it was on a screw, so he could like raise it and lower it as needed, right? Like, I mean, it was well thought out, but it was on spring steel racking or whatever. So like that steel is specifically designed to like spring back, right? So like because some steel, like you get a butter knife, wherever you bend it, it stays bent. Right. Spring steel doesn't do that. So it had that, and then it had like a whole like strap cocking mechanism and everything. I mean, it was well thought out. I did pay attention during the dog scene at the trigger, and I cannot for the life of me understand what the trigger is made out of. I think it's like a vacuum cleaner handle, but that doesn't make any sense because that wouldn't have any sort of mechanism to the top. I was trying to figure it out, like re-engineer it in my brain while I was
hoping
it.
you was on the level.
Yeah, but I did pay attention to that.
I think specifically the arms of the crossbow are leaf springs, which are suspension springs from a vehicle.
That's probably what they were. Yeah, you could definitely tell they were spring steel.
Yeah, those are leaf springs. They are layered slabs of steel because they're actually stronger as multiple layers than they would be in one piece.
Gotcha.
So,
Jeff, you seem like you wanted to say something back there for a second. I'm clearing the way for you. I'm not let Jeff speak.
It's just the fact that he has his whole shed to himself.
Oh yeah.
It's like his parents don't want anything to do with the shed, but it's like he gets a whole shed to do whatever he wants, and his parents just, yeah, this is your shed. You do what you want. You're what, 8, 12 years old, you know.
To be fair, when I was about like high school age, I took over our garage. That became like my music place with my cousins, and we kind of took over. Unfortunately, to my father, I'm sorry, but we took over the whole goddamn garage and made it just like, we're gonna play so much music and smoke so much skunk weed in here.
Hey,
live burgled.
Going live
5 shows in a row.
Going live to Jeff Cam. Even the cat's scared. Is that the cat?
Fully expect Jeff to apply to the Guinness Book of World Records for the most burgled home.
United States.
Now is it one burgle or is it several different ones? Is it one continuous one or one?
It's one continuous one. It never ends.
Continuously burgled.
Qualifies for the longest continuous burgle.
There you go.
In the morning, we just wake up. Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam.
See you tonight when you burgle me.
You guys want anything from the store?
Is there anything I can buy that you want to steal? There is a. You brought something up there that I wanted to touch on. Oh, there's very much the '90s child raising vibes there.
Yeah,
where they just like let their kids go.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't plan them out,
and it's like
80s, 90s.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I was alive in the 80s for like 9 months. But in the 80s, I mean, but no, I mean, I remember like being a kid, like I had a Power Wheel when I was like 6 years old, and I got kind of big trouble. So I went just like driving around with my Power Wheel. I picked up some little girl while I was driving around, and just took her back to my house. She didn't tell her parents. I didn't tell her parents. I was just like, "You want to get my Power Wheel and drive around with me?" And like brought her, and like it was not okay because they thought she was kidnapped. But they parents would just let their kids go outside.
Oh yeah,
like there's no. I told my son the other day. My son's 3. I told him the other day. I was like, "Hey, Bubby, when you get older, if you want to like go to the mall or the skating rink and do all these fun things, I'm gonna go with you, but you just pretend like I'm not there." I was like, "I'll be in the parking lot. but I will be close by if you need me. But there's no fucking way I'd let my kid go anywhere by himself.
Tim, you don't realize that we had Satanists out in the woods that the three of us had to contend with. And
Allegedly.
if your parents are going to throw you to Satanists, you can make it through anything. Bears, mountains, fires, the cold, thirst, food.
I was starting fires as a child, so I was fine.
Now, we were never thirsty. There was a garden hose.
It tastes like dirt, Grandma.
Well, it stayed outside 365 days a year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, mildew, fucking mold.
Your
sure.
400-foot garden hose, Grandpa, tastes like the sun and dirt. It tastes like hot dirt, Grandpa. I wish you'd just kill us. I wish you'd just kill us and just let us go.
When I lived with Mom on the cul-de-sac, there was a couple next door that had 2 kids. And
oops,
they would.
Sorry, we're back.
They would literally kick their kids out of the house.
Oh yeah.
And be like, don't come back until dinner. And I'm like,
yep.
yeah, my parents did that routinely.
Mom and Dad never told me I couldn't come back into the house, ever. So
my parents didn't, but my grandparents
so
did.
Sheltered with a house.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Jeff, where do you sit on the being allowed to go outside? Were you kicked out, or were you like, you come back in, or were you like, you go out and you stay out?
I'd go in and out if I wanted to.
Were your grandparents that way too? Because my parents were like, you come in. My grandparents were like, you get the fuck out and you stay the fuck out, in a Christian way.
No, my grandparents were like, you go outside the backyard and play, or come inside. They didn't care.
Wow. Must have been nice.
We were kicked out. Sometimes they would lock the door. I think I was about 14 the first time I caught my dad cheating on my mom. But he had kicked us out of the house so he could study while Mom was at work. And
he was in biology.
You're right. And I thought I'd be smart. Like, everybody's at my cousin Kenny's house. I had about $5 and I rented a Nintendo game, and I'm like, I'm gonna sneak back and have the game to my fucking self. And the doors are locked. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, boom, 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 and staring in, and I red-handed. Got him red-handed.
This would just become a trauma dump episode.
Yeah.
No, I never had that. Like Mom and Dad would always let me come back in the house, no issues. But I don't know. There were definitely kids on the block that their parents would kick them out. But I like being outside anyway. I do want to say, like, Mom would let me. Like, I'd ride into town from the cul-de-sac, and that's kind of a jaunt for a kid on a bicycle, especially that hill. Down Norris Avenue or whatever, but like I'd go into town. I'd be in town for like a day and a half. I'd like stay the night at a friend's house or whatever, and like play basketball stuff, and just like call Mom and leave a voicemail on the machine, be like, hey, I'm staying at Chris's house or whatever. And but yeah, I would just go. And I'm like, as a parent now, I'm like, there's no fucking way. My kid will never be at a sleepover. I can tell you that much right now. They can sleep over at my house. They ain't sleeping over at anyone else's house. There's no fucking way.
He can stay here.
Bring all your friends over. I don't care. There could be fucking 20 of them. I don't give a shit. We'll find a place on the floor.
Get back to the show. To steer us back.
Right.
Do you guys think, would it have been better to not outright show that Henry's bad? Or, I mean, it's pretty much from the get-go, you already know. And I don't think, I think it was kind of made that way. I mean, the trailers obviously gave that shit away, but it was kind of the era of kind of bad trailers. They give you the whole meal. But then they want you to pay to go to the theater to chew it. But anyways, do you like it that way? Or would you have wanted to let some shit build up to where you're maybe guessing for a while? Or are you good the way it is?
If they had left more ambiguity would have been better, but I also think that we're not watching objective reality. We are watching Mark's statement about what happened. And I have a theory that we've got a little survivor bias going on here.
Do you want me to do the thing? Or are we waiting?
Wait, just wait a
Oh,
little bit longer.
That's a tease.
See-
That's a tease.
See, I like the pacing of this movie. Like when I watch a movie, even if I've seen it before, I try to like come into it with a fresh, like a clean slate. Try to look at it from like I've never seen it before. Watch it, and then kind of dive into it. Like,
Which
Henry's
is
scenes are
funny.
definitely
That's funny because whenever I start a new movie that one of you picked, if it's over an hour and 40 minutes, I'm like, I fucking hate this. I'm joking.
So as far as Chris is concerned, don't pick anything after 2000.
yeah, exactly.
Those movies,
But-
they get long after that.
His scenes are definitely unsettling, and I think that's by design. But I don't think that they give away the fact that he's as demented as he is.
I mean, they show him kill the dog.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that's like 40 minutes into the
That's-
movie.
Right, but I think that there's still room for some ambiguity if they had, like, the dog shows up dead with a bolt, or
Sure.
So who shot the dog? Like,
Right.
Right.
Jeff, what do you think?
Jeff, give it to us.
What do you think about this whole situation? Who's right? Those two or me?
Definitely Chris.
I appreciate that.
That Chris announced his side on this. I don't think Timmy and I are on the same side.
I just kind of posed the question. I don't think I even answered it.
Yeah, I think this is a false.
Just
You're
like, I like that you asked this question. That's a hell of a question.
Some Fox News bullshit we got going on right now.
All right. I gotta make another fresh drink on that one.
I got Jeff to agree with my question. We did it, Jeff.
You rode
We
the
did it,
dragon.
Jeff.
You rode the dragon.
Oh man. I gotta say though, talking about the dog for a second, Macaulay Culkin has the worst barks I've ever heard from a child. The absolute worst. I think we could probably all agree on that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh.
I like how they try to set that up also as sort of like a foreshadowing to how demented he is, but because it's a child, it just comes off as child behavior.
We made it.
Like
Fuck
he's
you.
going, "Oh," like they set the cue with the music, and then like Mark pulls him away, and like they play that somber sort of music whenever he's doing like fucked up shit.
Right.
Like that's not bad. I don't know
I
what the
will
fuck.
bark back at a dog that barks at me to this day.
Sure. So that was kind of a weird story beat.
Jeff, do you bark at your dogs when they bark?
I meow at the cat when it meows.
Oh, well, that would be me. I'm a meower. Tim's heard it. We'll play games and I'll randomly meow sometimes. If I'm feeling
What
froggy,
happens?
it's not unheard of.
Meow.
Right? If you don't talk to them in their language, how do you expect this communication? It's a two-way street.
I can confirm that my cat will meow at everything. Like if the bowl of water is not completely full, if she thinks she doesn't have food but hasn't actually walked to her food bowl,
Yeah.
she'll meow meow meow, and I'll go meow 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 like that, and she'll shut the fuck up, and she'll be like, okay, you definitely heard me. I'm like, yep, I definitely did.
I have 2 cats, and let me tell you, what you just said offended me. I've never heard such racist things on this show.
I only know, like most white male Americans, I only ask what the curse words are in another language. So
It's not so much the curse words, it's you use those as punctuation for what you just said.
No, for sure.
My
What I
heart,
do.
brother. Woo. Woo.
Jackie's cat Katara will come up to you because she wants to be loved on, and then she will wander into the other room and start crying because she's by herself. And we have to yell at her, Katara, we're in here. And then she'll come back and she's all happy again and gets loved on.
Yeah.
Great name, by the way.
Uh,
Master Waterbender from Last Airbender, in case anyone was wondering.
Matt named her.
Oh yeah, he's a big Avatar fan.
We'll explain it.
Avatar's great.
A great quote in this movie that I hope I can remember and use on a more permanent basis. Maybe you guys will agree is, who would like to volunteer for me real quick? And I'll use it on you. Anybody? Tim, you want to? Okay. I'm going to ask you, we'll play a scenario real quick, me and you. I'm going to ask you to do something. You say no. You say no.
Okay.
Oh, you're looking at me. I thought you was looking at Jen. Would you like to like rob some Horror Hound shirts with me next September?
No.
Wow. Feel sorry for you, Tim. You just don't know how to have fun.
Burn. Sick burn.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
Oh, you're not going to do this
as
tonight
a
with me?
burn, I suggest some triple antibiotic ointment for that burn.
I feel
Tim.
sorry for you, Dave. You just don't know how to have fun.
I'm in. My favorite line is, "You son of a bitch, I'm in."
Yeah. I feel sorry for you. You just don't know how to have fun.
Watching the movie, I think the most telling line in the movie is where they're shooting at the cat with the crossbow for the first time, and they miss. He's like, "Oh, that was a great shot." He's like, "Yeah, but the sights are still off." And I'm like, "Okay, this is when you can tell that he's a psychopath. Like, this is the point." And it's about 32 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Or he's saying, "I didn't mean to get that close. The sights are obviously off because I was trying to aim a little higher."
I'm gonna go back to Chris's mask. Any child that wears a mask like that did not mean to miss high.
Yeah.
Mark wore a mask like that. His parents let him make that mask, like without, like, okay, son.
His parents, like Jeff said, also gave him an entire fucking shed that he hung dolls inside of.
This mask looks like you're practicing to make people masks.
I don't know if Hitler made masks himself as a child, but
but if he did,
if he did,
creepy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
So I want to talk just really briefly. So Macaulay Culkin's brother,
Rory,
makes an appearance just in a picture as young Richard, and his sister Crystal Quinn, is her name Quinn? His sister Quinn plays his sister in the movie.
I didn't know that.
I think she only ended up with like 2 film credits, but Kit turned Macaulay's star turn in Home Alone. He became like this big child actor agent, and I couldn't find anything confirming, but there's lots of stories, not like diddling. He's not diddling kids or anything like that, but just being
I hadn't used the technical difficulties in a minute, and it was easy. My apologies.
Yeah.
Continue.
So just that he was a little bit of a controlling, kind of a dickhead guy.
The dad.
Kids.
The dad.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, Kit McCulkin. The stunt at the end when Macaulay falls off of the cliff. He fell off the cliff. They dropped him 30 feet on a line.
I've got some thoughts about some of that. Continue, and then we'll circle back right back around.
That's it. I just wanted to point out that he was a little bit of a dick, and
I just saw a thing where I saw a thing very recently where Macaulay said that somebody asked him about his dad, and he's like, "I've not talked to him in 30 years." and he's
Yeah.
got grandkids and all this, and they don't want to talk to him, and that's it. Like line in the sand. Don't ask me about this. He didn't say, he wasn't mean to them. He's like, I haven't talked to him in 30 years. He's got grandkids. They don't want to talk to him. And that was it.
Yeah,
So-
I think that speaks to the relationship they had, obviously. So, I mean, this Richie Rich was really pretty commercially a flop. So
I liked it as a child. It was down my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I liked Richie Rich a lot. The little bee robot towards the end of the movie is still like one of my core memories from childhood.
I watched that on HBO so many days in a row that I understand why my grandparents would have maybe wanted me to be eaten by a bear or be, something like that.
fall off a mountain.
Fall off a mountain. So the end fight, this end little tuffle on the cliff, to
Before we get
me,
to that,
to me was. What was it? Go ahead.
I was gonna say before we get to that, did want to mention like the weird sort of symbiote relationship between the mom and Mark, because they had both like sort of like dealt with loss,
Yeah.
and she was sort of coddling him because she was still grieving at that point in time, right?
Mhm.
But the whole Mark telling Henry that like
She's my
that's
mom
my
now.
mom now, yeah, like that was fucking weird.
That gave
And
me an idea for a remake. We'll circle to the round.
That was like real Oedipus complex bullshit right there. That was weird. I didn't like that, but
It wasn't needed.
it wasn't needed. But I did like the relationship between them. I could feel the whole
Yeah.
through like symbiotic grieving or whatever. I felt that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that comment, though, would Henry have tried to kill his mom? Because he's even turning on her at that point and said, Mark told me you're his mom more than my mom now. So now, like I feel like at least in the story, as a true narcissist or as a true psychopath, like he's trying to imitate what he thinks humans should feel emotionally and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
And then that kind of sets him free of, I don't have to pretend like
And you can
care for you
fly.
anymore. Speaking of the cat, here she comes. She just came in there.
So, but yeah, down to the tussle now, Chris. What were you saying?
This end fight on the cliff, even starting slightly before that, when he pushes Mom Susan over, I thought was shot really well. These stunts are really good.
The blood on the knuckles made
Yeah.
my knuckles hurt. I was like, damn, skinning your knuckles that bad? Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah,
That
I
looked
don't know how they were rigged.
You can see the line when she's hanging.
Oh,
By the way, I bought it on Amazon. It was $3.99 to rent, $4.99 to buy, so I just bought it.
you have it
But
forever
you can
now.
see the line when she's hanging on the cliff. You can
Oh.
actually see it
I
hanging off her
knew
belt.
there had to be like crane, like line rigs going, especially for the kids. I'm really surprised, even for 1993, that because there's shots clearly that are them and not like stunt little people.
Right.
Don't come after me. I don't know. But they're hanging off there, and it's 93. We can tell if there's a backdrop, they're on a screen, or it's a map painting or something. It wasn't. Maybe
Right.
That was
some.
That was a camp.
like,
that was a
rock-
camera on a boom, and those kids were hanging off the fucking cliff.
Yep, they
Yeah.
raw dogged it.
I would have, they already had him there. I would have liked to seen a longer shot just to get, really bring how big that cliff was into play. I mean, all the close-up shots are great. I really loved how they did this, and I really bought into it. I'm like, this is shot so good that I feel like, to me, this is one of the only scenes in the movie to me that had like big stakes, and it felt that way.
Yeah.
And my nitpick is like I would have liked some longer shots for this when they're tussling, but that's just me. That's nitpicking, because I really like what's there. But
There was a lot. Speaking of the shots, though, there was a lot of motion camera work in this movie. Like
running from
the
the
ice
dog.
skating rink, the bridge with the dogs chasing them. Like there was a ton of motion camera work in this that was really smooth, especially given the time period. So like there was a lot of good cinematography in this movie for sure.
Yeah. Anything we want to say before we get to kind of the choice?
The climactic ending.
One last thing about the tussle on the cliffside before we get to her choice. So Mark breaks a window to get out of the house. The therapist is there and his uncle is there. I mean, like, they're ostensibly know he has broken out of the house, and yet they're like, okay, they just let him run off. I mean, you know, they don't intervene. Like, at some point, one of them, even if they were out of shape, should have showed up and been like, oh, here, honey, let me help you pull both kids up to safety. No, they were just like, he's in the wind now.
You know what I think? Oh shit! You know what I think, Dave? I think that they ran up to that cliff, saw she was holding them, and the dad had the notion that she was gonna let the fucking shitbag go, and he's like, "Hold on, hold on a second, old lady. Let's see how this plays out."
Let's this play out. Yeah. Let's see how this
Also,
goes.
the therapist may be omnipresent. She may be all things and know all things and be all everywhere at once.
Might be the devil.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, she pushes Mark away from safety and to craziness.
Yeah. Where you going, you little fucking psycho? You little fucking piece of shit. That's a director's cut that I bought. Shows her tits in one scene too. I wasn't down with that.
That's not the same movie, dog.
I got
That's the good boy.
The Oh God Son. Oh fuck, that's the one I got. Shit. Can you return digital purchases?
Because I kept waiting for either Mark's dad or Henry's mom to get shot with that damn crossbow, and I thought, I know that's in here, and it's okay.
That is a kind of a little nitpick I have that will come back. Well, I guess we can do it now. I never felt like the stakes were big enough for me in this. I mean, yeah, he's a bad kid and he's done some shit things like his brother, but we don't really get the whole gist of that, and we don't get the full gravitas. And it just, I would have liked to seen him like incapacitate the dad or the uncle or something. Like, he don't have to kill him, but maybe he could.
Write it down. Drown his sister wasn't enough for Chris.
Yeah. Speaking
What
of
about
which,
the highway?
You don't even count in the body count. She's a girl.
the highway's pretty good. What if they threw the dog body instead of a dummy, though? I feel like that would have sold me a little bit.
Oh
So
shit.
the mannequin scene
Just
on
saying.
the overpass was inspired by a real life case outside of Chicago where some kids threw a mannequin off of an overpass. It caused a pregnant woman to swerve, wreck her car. Her and the baby were killed in the accident. So
Yeah.
allegedly
Wow.
that was that real life incident inspired that. Back in the day, me and my brother and my cousin, we stole a mannequin and put clothes on it, and we weekend at Bernie's it all the way across Columbus. And anytime a car was coming by, we would grab it and slap. Someone would hold its hands behind its back, and the other one would slap the shit out of her, kick it in the belly, and we would beat the tar out of it.
I thought you were going to do a confession real quick, Dave, and I was very trying to save you.
No peoples were hurt.
We put mannequin geese in the highway one time just to see who'd hit them.
Dave did.
I would have. I tried when they're on the side of the road. I'm like, if I just drifted a little bit.
Who would
Nail
know?
that fucker.
Who would know?
Stella won't let me.
So I would have liked to seen him like real. I mean, let's build it up a little bit. Let's get some. I don't know. That's me. Anybody else? What yay, nay? How are we feeling? Thoughts, opinions?
Go, Jeff.
No,
Oh,
no, I
Dave.
don't want that because in my theory, again, we have survivor bias. We're listening to this story, this recreation based on Mark, the survivor, and
Who's
his
Elijah
story.
Wood, who I don't trust.
He was trying to take Henry out the whole time. He probably is the one that drowned the sister. He's the one trying to take Henry out so he can have a new family.
Yeah.
He misses his mom. And clearly lines like, she's my mom now. That's fucking evil. So this fucker is evil.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of
But-
which, Connie falling through the ice, she weighs all of about 12 pounds. That's fine. I'm all on board for that. Great shot in the trailer that I still remember as a fucking geriatric. Whatever. I remember things. But two fucking grown-ass men with axes are like, we can't get through.
yeah, yes, yep.
I had a little
they
problem
were-
with that. That's
There
me.
were adults there on the ice, and they're like, I'm not going out there to save her. Let the 8-year-old do that.
Me? Fuck no. Fuck no.
No, No.
That's cold as shit.
Look, if you're a grown-ass man in that situation and you're not going to save the little girl, you made that choice. That I'm not judging that choice. I'm saying I'm judging your choice to stick around if that's your choice. Like, if you're not saving that girl, you need to get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't want
Come on,
anybody
kids.
to know I didn't save that girl.
Let's get out of here. Let's go.
So protect your vanity is what you're saying, Dave.
Yes.
Don't let them see that
All right.
you're not going to save them. Yeah.
This seems like a good point. If I may, if anybody has anything else, I got a picture. I want Chris to put up.
One mo for show. All right. There you go.
Bookshelves? Oh,
Oh. So, Mark, what's this kid's name? Is that Mark?
That
that's
is
Henry.
yeah.
Is that Henry? Picture number 2.
Picture number
That's
2.
actually from Home Alone, though.
That's actually, you are correct. That is Kevin McAllister. But at first you thought it was Henry.
Oh no, yeah.
At first you thought it was Henry because these two completely different people look exactly alike. And that is because they're the same child. Kevin McAllister, after being abandoned by his family 2 separate times, is taken away, given to a new family, a foster family to raise. Unbeknownst to him, after he has murdered the burglars trying to burgle him,
With paint
yeah.
cans.
I suggest you try to murder the burglars next time. But yeah, oh yeah, everything he did would have killed the wet bandits.
Oh yeah.
But he's trying to rebuild his life. So he goes to a nice family. He's living a nice life. He's still has that same ingenuity for traps. Instead, he builds a crossbow this time. So clearly he's got an engineering mind. But he's living his best life until this other crazy maniac kid probably feels bad because he's part hobbit and shorter than everyone else in the world. Has come in and tried to murder the family and blame it on Henry. At the end of the movie, Mark, in his own words, does not say, now that Henry is dead. He says, now that Henry's gone, I wonder if his mom regrets her decision or if she would make the same decision. That leads me to believe Henry's not dead. Henry has gone to live in, he's probably fucked up. He's going to be in a hospital for a while. He'll probably need some psychiatric therapy. He will probably recover, but the damage to the back of his head probably later results in brain cancer. And while considering the value of life as he's trying to cope with brain cancer, he decides the best way to show people the value of life is to build traps and
It becomes
give
Jigsaw.
choice in how they survive or how they save themselves. So this movie is clearly part of the Home Alone Daviverse.
I think this is the first real Daviverse that you've done as since all of us have been part of the horror house. So yeah, you're welcome, you guys. You did it. We made it.
We got there. So, and Chud is a side story. So it's a kind of prequel, if you will, because Kevin McAllister's dad is best friends with the Wet Bandits.
Yeah.
In Chud.
Yeah.
So I think he actually hired the Wet Bandits to off his kid while he left him at home purposefully.
There, we got a whole thing. Go back, check that out. Circle back around and listen. Dave's singing "Arms of an Angel."
In the arms of an angel.
For pennies a day, you yourself can help supply information on the Horror House Wiki that you create yourself without assistance from the four of us, which would be great.
And
you could have a whole section called the Daviverse, which is all that. Godspeed.
To the face.
Godspeed. Good job. Beer tug. Beer tug. Yeah. Any... Go ahead.
The choice.
Oh yeah.
The choice.
Sophie's choice.
What do we feel? What do we feel, fellas? Jeff, how do you feel about the choice? This year movie. How do you feel about the choice that Susan made between the good son and the other
The
son?
gooder son?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she obviously made the right choice. I mean, if you're going with the David verse, then then it's really hard to tell.
That's true.
Who was the good one, who's the bad one. But just going by off the movie, I feel like she made the right choice. But you kind of wonder when he says it at the end, like, did she regret her choice? He's never going to ask her.
Right.
Something he would never want to know for sure. Like, does she know how awful her son was, other than the point where he was trying to kill her?
Yeah.
I mean, he all but confirms that he killed Henry. Like he
tried to push her off the fucking cliff. He did push her off the cliff.
Yeah.
And then held a rock above her head.
Or
that's about killing his baby brother. So.
Or Mark has brainwashed her so much that after she drops him, then he tells her, "You're going to have to go with me on this. Like, I saw it. He attacked you, right? Otherwise, you dropped your own fucking kid off, right, ladies?"
The 10-year-old definitely brainwashed the 35-year-old mom.
And especially if there was I think a remake of this in a current times, with how some like A24 version of this could be crazy. But imagine how horror it would be if she let Mark go, because in 93 you're kind of expecting her to let go of the bad kid.
Yeah, I agree.
But could you imagine how you felt if she didn't let go of the bad kid? You'd been like crushed and like horrified. And I kind of wish it was that way, because like that is mindfuck territory.
It becomes the Red Caps, like she becomes the mother of killers, like it becomes like the Bates Motel TV show and shit.
Like, I know you're bad, but I can't let you drop. Who knows? Like, we don't need any epilogue. Just let it end on that, and then like show her reaction to being like, just like puzzled, like I saved the wrong one, or I don't know. She doesn't know.
Well, it becomes like, how do I keep him from getting caught by the police? It's very much it's very much a Dexter prequel.
Dexter first kill.
Yeah, I want to say like, again, as a parent, there's no fucking way I'm dropping my own kid. There's no fucking way. To be fair, I wouldn't be a bitch and drop either one of them. But just
You got man
bring my
arms.
arms together and get my leverage and pull them both up. That's all you had to do. But
That's why, Jeff, sing Crazy Train. You gotta pump yourself up with Whorehouse brand squeezy
Crazy.
bitches.
But that's how it goes.
Get yours at 1-800
people.
Whorehouse.
Leaving this world,
I
baby.
I said Jeff, Dave. You're overshining your co-host.
Jeff, come on, man. I had to jump in. Sorry.
You didn't give him a chance. This is. I'm
I'm a
in.
meddler.
I'm in.
I'm a known meddler.
You are. You meddle. Before we get to our overall ratings, I want to bring this up for a quick discussion. A remake. Now, I think a good writer could get. I would like to see some back and forth, some questions. The mystery, like, is Mark right? Don't go right into it. Is Henry good? Is Mark fucking making story up? Is Mark the bad one? Let's go in. Let's,
I got a vision. Yeah, a little more ambiguity, a little more mystery. Who's the killer? Who's actually the crazy person? She lets Mark go. She saves her son. And there, while she's still dinging him off the cliff, he looks directly at the camera, fourth wall break, and that smug ass smile as he's getting pulled back up.
winks at the camera like Freddy and Freddy's dead. Cut it.
Yeah. Wink.
Or we get the hand let go. You don't know which one it was. Obviously, if you know your right from left, you probably know. But you let go. And then the only thing you see come up from the hill, from the cliff, what do you see? Jeff. You see Jeff.
Jeff.
It's Jeff.
And you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Credits.
Credits. Arms of an Angel plays during the credits.
Just Dave, top to bottom, a cappella.
Making up words as I go. About 2 minutes in, I'm like, God damn, how long are these fucking credits?
Can I stop? Anybody else want to talk about anything in particular? You want to go back over something? It's up to you. Before we get to our overalls.
I didn't notice it, and I didn't get a chance to go back and watch, but according to the IMDb, Henry wears 2 different color shoes, a white shoe and a black shoe, that is supposed to kind of give a hint to his duality. Like I said, it didn't hit me over the head top, so I did not get a chance to go back and watch it. We had some busy times, so
Didn't see that either.
But if that is in there, that's kind of cool.
That's cool. That's very very interesting.
But
I did like the cathartic scene where they were breaking the glass in the warehouse, and like Mark was like, you could tell he was getting out some frustrations. He was getting out. For him, it was pure. It was just him having a cathartic moment, and then like for Henry, it was just like, I'm breaking shit. I like to break shit.
My head during that scene went back to the Leave It to Beaver scene where him and his buddy break some windows. I think not Wally. What's the Wally's friend, the bad influence? They break a window at a building, and then Ward is like, "Now Beaver." He's like, "Oh, one window was already broke." He's like, "That doesn't give us permission to break more windows." You see, society is fragile, and if we allow windows to be broken, then we all giving up on the social contract, and we need to stick together and not do that and stand up for what's right, even if we don't agree with people. So, but then also in my TikTok feed this week was also a scene from the Val Kilmer spy spoof movie. Chris, I know you know what I'm talking about. Jeff, do you know?
Top Secret.
Top Secret, yes. Yes. There's a scene where he's part of the French Resistance, and he's in the warehouse, and there's like 9 square of one big window, and he like pokes it out with his gun and shoots, and then he ducks down, and you hear the gunfire, and when he comes back up, the gunfire has formed an X, so he pokes another hole out, and they basically play tic-tac-toe in the window break. So
Nice.
That's a good movie. It's fun.
I don't know if that came up in my feed because of Val Kilmer or because of the Good Son window break scene, but it just randomly came up this week.
Nice.
It's like I kind of forgot there was a Val Kilmer spy parody movie, but
Now
it is
hold
solid.
on, Dave. Hold on. Now, sorry about that. I had to go pee pee, like a big boy.
Probably pooped.
I did. Pooped out my wiener. I'm gonna edit that out of the show. This is a flag for future Chris to recognize. Why did you say, Chris,
Hold on.
you know what this movie is? What?
Chris, hold real quick. Chris said that he pooped out his wiener. I'm gonna say that for the next every 15 seconds until the end of the show, so you can't edit it out.
Mon Frere. From the left, it's Mon Frere. From the right, it's Milady. Why did you assume that I knew that, Dave?
Because it seems like a movie you would know. But then I also pivoted and called Jeff out too, and Jeff did know it as well. You are familiar with Top Secret.
I knew
wrong?
exactly. I knew exactly what you're talking about.
There we go.
I was proud. I just wanted to pick your mind and boost my own ego a little bit. And it was a very selfish question.
I knew you would know it, and then as soon as I said it, I said, "Oh well, Jeff will know this as well."
The backwards scene in that is one of the best scenes in cinema.
Oh,
I don't care what anybody says. That's such a great scene. That's crazy. Crazy good.
That's why the world's going to shit. There's not enough that we don't make any of those fucking stupid parody movies anymore. We need to make one.
I'm interested in the Liam Neeson Naked Gun to see what maybe they could bring it back. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know.
We'll see. His scene in Ted, is he in Ted 1 or Ted 2? Where he have you ever seen Ted?
I've seen the first one, but it's been a minute.
Where Ted is working at the supermarket and Liam Neeson comes up with the trick cereal.
Yes.
He's like, it specifically says it's for children. Will I be followed?
No, I don't. You can buy these.
I'll never forget what you've done for me today. Please do.
That is Ted 1, and it is an absolutely fantastic scene.
I see Ted clips all the time, and I'm a big fan.
My favorite part in Ted 2 is when they call out the female actress for having big eyes, and they're like, "You look like Gollum." You look like you're going to say, "My precious." And it's fucking hilarious.
What a fucking horrible
series, aren't they?
They did, yeah. With like a prequel series.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pacific Rim. Guys, are we ready to rate this?
I think so.
I think so.
Jeff, how you feel?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Get
All
those
right.
cores fired up, boys.
All right. Well, let's rate this. Jeff, since this was your pick for this week, and what a pick. What a mighty fine pick. Then we're going to start with you. Give us your overall thoughts and opinions and your numerical review on a scale of 1 to 75 in popcorn.
175 popcorn. For me, right?
Yes.
You said Tim? Okay. I thought the pacing was really good. Looking at it through rose-colored lenses, trying to see it for the first time. I like the subtle nods and the obvious nods to the psychopathy, which was cool. I would say, as a horror movie, given the genre, psychological horror.
Joe number. I want to make you mine.
I would say it's slightly above average.
Jenny. Sorry.
You're good. I would say it's slightly above average, so I would give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Interesting.
It's for psychological horror. Trying to look at a horror movie in its genre. It's pretty good.
You rated it lower than Twilight Zone. Wow.
That's fair.
Oh God.
And tied with Fried Berry.
Woo!
That's fair too.
If you'd have told me your new co-host is going to rate Fried Berry, the movie that has hardcore pornography, and The Good Son the same, I'd been like, why didn't we have him on this whole time? Because he knows some shit.
Okay. I'm just going off the genre that I'm given.
I'm lifting you up, brother. I'm lifting you up by the soles of your feet. Boy, oil.
Dave,
No,
what do you think of this movie?
No, it's my turn.
Is it your turn?
Yeah, we go in the circle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chris, what do you think?
Wow.
What?
Look what I can do.
I think, Jenny, I got your number. That really inspired me. I was pumped up. I think there is cool ideas in this movie. I think Macaulay Culkin is great. I think, I don't know who played the mom Susan in this, but I liked her a lot too. I consider this movie a Macaulay Culkin, Elijah Wood thing, with her as like supporting, and then everybody else, it really doesn't matter.
The male figures in this movie are fucking worthless.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah. But I thought Macaulay Culkin was great. Susan was good. Elijah Wood, I don't know, man. I just don't love him in this. That's me. Clearly, I'm a minority. Mr. Trump, please leave me alone. I belong right here. I'm legal. Oh, that doesn't matter anymore, right? Forgot. Sorry, I didn't mean to make this a pedestal, but I hope you choke on your own shit. I would have liked some more ambiguity going into it. Like, is Henry the bad kid? Is Mark fucking a ball hog and wrong? Who knows? We know he's a ball hog. But yeah, I would have. Listen, I kind of have feelings about the ending, and you know, as a kid, you like the happy endings. As a fucking heartbroken, morally corrupt, alcoholic adult, God. Could you imagine if she dropped Elijah Wood? Oh my God, that would have sent me. I'd have been like 12 out of 10. Can't get enough. And so I really, that ending, I can only imagine. I hope somewhere that there is a deleted scene of that ending. I'll be like fucking goddamn Topher Grace with my fucking editing equipment, making the ultimate cut of The Good Son. I want that ending so bad. I think that is fantastic horror. Because you know he's bad at that point, and then she still saves him. You're like, okay. Woo, concentration camps in 40 years. That's... And then they call that the Donald Trump story. Anyways. But still, it's got some 90s stank on it. And I agree with Tim, 6 out of 10. I like it. 6 ain't bad. It's above the average.
Above average. It's above average for a psychological horror film, for sure.
I would love to see it done again in a modern time. Let's see.
I like Dave's take where like it's survivor recollection.
Yeah.
They're painting themselves in the best light. I think that's a good take.
Yeah. Mr. Dave, what is your opinion on your popcorn rating?
I also like this movie. It does fit into the Daviverse. I think it blends nicely in fact. It is Macaulay Culkin shows off his skills. Although every time he gives that smug fucking smile, I just want to smack the fucking shit out of him. I just want to shove him down and elbow drop him. Really, I drop a mean elbow, so that's really what I want to.
So does Tim.
So
Me?
You don't remember that table?
Oh, yeah, okay. There was a video of me elbow dropping.
There's a video. We got some videos we're gonna have to share with you guys very soon. We'll circle back around another episode. Continue.
But I do very much like this, and I want more. I mean, you get the implication that he killed his brother. You get he tried to kill his sister. He killed the dog, and then tried to kill his mom. But I want more of a body count. Like, I don't know where I get that from.
He for sure killed his brother. Just so we're all clear.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I thought about that same thing too. Like, let's get some adults, but
if
then
it's on screen, I can't give it credit for the body count.
That's fair.
I thought, if nothing else, let him incapacitate some adults, an adult or two, to show that he's capable.
How about if you can't ramp up the body count in a believable way, how about hurting a couple kids on the playground at school?
Something. Setting something up. Yeah.
We
didn't
mention the
shit where a bowling ball falls on somebody's head because he could have done something.
We didn't mention the sadomasochist fucking dinner scene where they kick each other.
Oh yeah.
Like, he gets kicked and he's like, I felt good.
Yeah.
And then they giggle about it.
He's like Marky Mark going.
Weird. Yeah. But yeah, it's fucking weird.
Continue, Dave, with your overall.
So I, like Tim, am going to tie my score from Twilight Zone.
Oh no.
Oh, you went a little lower. I'm going to tie. I didn't think it is. I have a special place in my heart for anthologies, and especially if they can make you think a little bit. But I think this is better as a pure horror, so I'm giving it a straight 7.
Straight 7, not a gay 7.
Not a gay 7. It identifies completely as a 7.
Jeff, this was your pick. Do you want to still be on the show next week after we rated it so low, or do you also rate it well? Let's hear your take.
Did just watch it again.
Mon Frere. Wait, did I do that right? Mon Frere?
There you go.
No, guys, it's no.
Is Jeff rate low? Holy shit!
No, definitely, just did not rate low on this one at all. This is a good one from the 90s.
Which there's not a lot of. There's not.
I mean, they could have gone two ways, like you guys said, like Dave was saying, like it could have been more ambiguous, or you don't know. Especially at the end, they could have made it where you're like, oh, which one did she drop? And then you find out later it was the wrong child. But then this is the other way they went with it, was just from the beginning, that Macaulay Culkin's character is just evil.
Yeah.
And that he just gets worse from there. And yeah, he doesn't have like the body count, but he did like cause a car accident where a lot of people went to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I mean, no one died because I guess they were trying to go for PG-13. So if they were trying to go for R, they probably would have had a lot more graphic scenes than what they did. So being a movie with kids, a lot of times they don't want all that extra stuff, like in The Shining, the little boy didn't even know he was in a horror movie.
Yep.
I mean, that's crazy how you did, like all the stuff that he did saying red rum and stuff like that, but yet he had no idea what kind of movie he was making.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they weren't trying to make it, traumatizing for them. But the other way, it was the pacing, like Tim was saying, was really good. Everything, it just kept you in. He gets a little bit more deprived each time. You kind of wondering like who he's gonna get next, and then it's when the parents leave, they're doing the whole hide and seek, and he shuts off the power completely, and Elijah Wood's just running around going, "Oh my God, where's the sister at?" Trying to, because he thinks he's gonna kill his sister and everything. So it's very good. I'd give it an 8.
An 8. All right.
There you go.
All right.
I forgot about how sinister that was. Him
That was
turning off
good.
the power and
Yeah.
it was sinister as fuck.
What a way to play hide
Also-
and seek, though. That's hot.
Speaking of the cinematography, I forgot about this. The scene where the girl is under the ice, and they show her under the ice
Oh,
as they're
yeah,
chopping
yeah,
away
yeah.
at it. That's
Yeah.
really well done.
That was a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, too.
So 6.75 average ties Twilight Zone and Fried Berry.
Wow. We're on
There you go.
We're on some kind of a streak of something. We're doing
Yeah.
it. Jeff, as you
Just
were given
under Oculus.
under Oculus.
Under Oculus by a quarter of a point.
Oh, Tim's the difference on that. You weren't here for Oculus, I don't think.
No.
Oh.
Jeff, I'm gonna do a solo cam on you real quick. Show them your bracelet.
Oh,
Check this out. Whorehouse Podcast Jeff.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you do
he's
it.
making one for all you guys, so I'm gonna have your name on them too.
Look
Nice.
at these wrists, Jeff. They're barren.
Bear.
Bare as shit. I don't believe in watches. Time's a construct. Jeff,
I'll
Dave?
make one with the time on it.
Yeah.
No.
Dave, you're supposed to throw your wrists up. We were doing a thing, the three of us.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Ow! I hit
Look at
my
Mr.
knuckle.
Mr. Moneybags over here
I'm
with his
got
fucking smartwatch.
on it. I got one that little frog head faces. One that's just colored.
Dave, I hit my knuckle on my keyboard tray.
I got the smartwatch and I use it for telling time.
Oh, God
That's it.
damn. Oh, God damn. Oh, God damn. Oh,
Is he
knuckle
pooping out
broke?
his penis again?
no. Dave.
Dave said penis and he started to wipe some drool off his face there. It was...
Woo. How you gonna say
I got
about?
hungry all of a sudden.
I don't know if I should cut these kind of parts or leave them in. It's hard telling sometimes.
I don't think so. I think that's comedy gold right there.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Dave said penis, he had to wipe some drool off his face.
I said
That's-
boy oil like 7 times this episode.
Boil oil?
Boy oil.
Boy oil.
Yeah.
I guess I missed those cuts.
It was a little while ago. Listen, if fans were to ever like rally and make our wiki like I was saying, or like do some fan crafted t-shirts, Boy Oil would be a good one, Arms of an Angel would be a good one, the Daviverse would be a good one. Jeff with his lips sewn shut, being like, I want to talk, but they won't shut up. Would be a good one. Tim with some artillery would be a good one.
No.
Yeah. Or Tim with
We don't
No.
need another we don't need another cis white male with fucking guns behind him being
dude,
fucking
you're like the
teacher.
Punisher of the show. How cool is that? Okay, or a for Elon type of shirt.
That's not what the F means. Just so we're clear.
Okay, I'm a little confused, but okay.
It hurt my feelings right now.
I'm jiggling your nuts if nothing.
It should be Tim with an assault rifle, and it said, "For Elon Power."
Okay. My get home backpack says it has the fucking "Don't tread on me" snake, but it's being cut off by a sickle, and it says "Eat shit and die." That's what it says. So yeah, I'm not real into the whole MAGA movement, guys.
It's amazing how many of the "Don't Tread on Me" guys turned out to be bootlickers when it really come
Right.
down to it.
Yeah,
That
that's
is,
really weird.
Insane.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Come on.
That's
Fonzie
the
wouldn't
thing.
be
No.
okay with people being
He
sensitive.
wouldn't be doing
constantly.
A. He'd be doing like, get out here. Another good episode. Coming up next week in the horror house is a patent-proved Dave pick. Not much unlike the fucking freestyle gazelle with Tony Little.
Lee Winnell's The Wolfman.
Meow.
Oh.
Tim don't care
who
for
watched the new Invisible Man?
When's
Okay.
the new
like 2020?
the Kevin Bacon one?
No.
No,
Elizabeth
God, that's
Moss.
Not that one then.
Elizabeth Moss.
Nope,
Yeah.
that's in that one.
the
Came
chick
out.
from Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, I know. She was also in Mad Men.
Yeah.
She's also ugly hot.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
If I can be
we
a
are currently watching The
sociopath
Handmaid's
To
Tale,
say
and
that
I'm like,
somebody is
she's
ugly and hot, I don't know.
physically attractive.
Listen, I calls them how's I sees them. Like my beer tug. I'm attracted to her, but at the same time, I could understand why somebody's like, I would leave her at the bus stop. I'd be like, oh yeah, I get it.
Every episode of The Handmaid's Tale, I have thought that like everyone's gaga for her, and I mean she's not conventionally attractive. I don't feel like, but I mean she's
In
attractive-ish.
the Us, in Jordan Peele's Us.
Oh yeah. She's the friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was really doing that. Anyways,
I just rewatched that
we're
the other
going
day.
on a tangent of ugly hot right now. Another great shirt that you guys could be making. Where are these shirts? We want to buy them. Dave, show off the little something you got. The little something you got.
I need that hat.
I do
need
too.
that hat.
I do too. Give a close up on that bitch. Down a little bit. There you go. There you go. To your right. There you go. A little more.
Yeah. That's a shot.
There you go. Would
That's
you
a
like
shot.
Would you like a Horror House podcast at some wank strengtheners? Am I I can't be the first one to ever call them that, but if I am, I'm good to die happy.
I'm never gripping my dick so hard that I feel like I need to be harder. That's what I'm saying.
If your palms can't
Tariff.
touch, if your
I'm
palms
not
can't
worried about
touch together,
tariffs. I'm worried about tearing this dick off.
yeah. If I can't feel my one palm through my same palm through the dick, what am I doing? Or some beer koozies from the Horror House boys. Let us know. We can do that. One of us can do that. I don't know how to read.
Readings for nerds.
But yeah. I think that about does it. Anybody got who wants to give some final words for this evening? I forgot to do the ratings.
We had a rating of 6.75. Is that right?
I don't know.
That was our average.
Average 6.75.
I typed one of them in and then didn't do the rest.
There you go.
You can see it on the Patreon.
Yeah.
I
Should we-
do want to tease something here.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna get these guys to do like a one-shot D&D game with me for my next IRL episode. Little zombie apocalypse D&D for you guys. So if you guys are into tabletop game, stay tuned, stick around.
All right.
We're gonna come back to it, but just know that you have a fellow D&D nerd that does take a look at these movies from a pure survival horror standpoint, and I think we'll have some fun with it. So
I love tabletop gaming. My favorite is that one where you push the thing down and the dice rolls and you sorry. That was called sorry.
Pop-O-Matic.
sorry,
Pop-O-Matic.
Pop-O-Matic.
Fuck yeah.
Tabletop gaming at its
but yeah,
finest.
we're gonna get some role play in here. We're gonna have some fun with that.
I
So-
meowed twice tonight.
I gotta ask my wife if that's okay.
There's some good times. So what I'm really excited for is for Jeff and Dave to make a couple that bickers the entire time as role play. So
Son of a
be a
bitch.
gay couple, it can be a straight couple, I don't care. But
Couple of buddies.
You son of a bitch. Can we
Turn
name
it
them Bert
around.
and Ernie?
Turned it
you
around.
absolutely can.
I
Share
want
a
to be.
bed.
I want to be a British wife. So I'm be like, I don't look spam.
Oh my god. Okay.
I've
You
never
heard it here
heard Jeff
first.
doing an
Jeff is
impression.
a British wife. Jeff is a British wife. I got this on lock. So
I'll be your Protestant husband. Look at them silly Catholics. They don't believe in the birth control.
Me
Every
and-
time they do it, they have a child.
Me
Why,
and
if I
Tim.
wanted to, we could put a little rubber thing on my wiener and we could do it and not have a child.
Me and
I'm
Tim.
the DM dog. I can't be be
Well,
with you.
in a perfect world, me and Tim would be German brothers.
Peter and Dieter.
No, Dieter, and you're
Johann.
Johann. Yeah.
Dieter and Johann, yeah.
Oh my God, Johann, can you believe the pants on that guy?
Oh my god, his pants are so tight.
Oh, they're gonna
Oh my
snap off.
goodness.
If you want more of this,
Yeah,
let us know.
stay tuned.
We're gonna pump you up. You're gonna pump us.
You pump us, pump you.
Jeff, this was your pick this week, so I'm gonna give you the last words. Nobody's gonna talk over you. Send us into the miasmos until next Thursday. Bid everybody adieu. It's up to you. It's up to you now, Jeff. You're the last.
Say goodnight, Chris. Say goodnight, Chris. No? You don't know Latin?
It's just you.
I know. That's it.
Tell them good night.
I did.
No, you told me to tell them good night.
Yeah.
Guys.
Just say good night, folks.
Ebida, ebida, ebida. This is... What is that?
There we go. Storybook ending.
All right, everybody put your salutes up real quick. I think I'm the one that has the wrong... Dave, you're the one that has the wrong hand. I mean, technically,
Left hand.
I think we...
Left hand?
There, we got to... This is the whorehouse salute. So let's do metal... let's do metal fingers and salute that way. Like this. Yeah. Until next horror time. Bliggada, bliggada, bliggada. Jeff, say bliggada, bliggada.
And blinking it.